Wellington, like a lot of guys, kind of the power comes in surges and streaks.
Well, he's swinging the bat well right now. He obviously went through a little bit of a slow time for him on the road. He locked it back in. He's really good at bats. We talked about it. I talked about it before the game, about him. The line drive bases he got to right the other day, I think really is what locked him in the most. But, I was obviously watching that on TV, and that pitch was up, and he got it against a guy throwing very, very hard. So it's a huge hit for us right now.
What does that do emotionally, Jim? I mean, you guys were headed towards another loss.
Right. Oh, I mean, it's huge. It flips the whole thing around. Especially that late when now you go to your closer and he's very well rested and ready to go. So, obviously Smargy threw a great game. Had a lot of ground balls, and we were battling. Whenever he left the ball up, we did some damage to it. So, I thought we had good at-bats all night. It's just faced a really good pitcher. And once he got out of there, obviously we got the one pitch from Strickland. Did some damage to that.
Goldie showed why he's a gold glover.
Yeah, it was a great play. Made a couple plays tonight to save us, and it doesn't. Even if that ball ekes through, and still have the lead, but you want to get that game over with right then. So it was a great play.
Your thoughts on Corbin tonight?
Well, you know what? He scuffled a little bit there. We always joke around solo home runs aren't going to beat you, but when he gave 2 up in 2 pitches, he was like, well, maybe. So we thought about at that point, maybe we're going to have to get him out early. But he really, as I told him when I took him out, he locked it back in and pitched well after that. So, after the outing in Colorado, we kind of lost his feel for the strike zone. You worry about the next time out. And there was some issues early. They got to him a little bit, but I thought he did a nice job of getting through the innings and giving us some length.
How'd you feel like he handled those defensive bobbles there?
Yeah, obviously we didn't play the greatest defense in that inning, and he just kept pitching. He kept pitching and got the outs and got us to the next inning. I thought that isn't an easy thing to do. Like you said, it's you play the poor defense behind him after a tough outing the first time. It could just fall apart early. So I thought he did a nice job.
You were unhappy with the strike zone?
Well, it was just, it was one of those things you can't argue balls and strikes. So that's the way it works.